Hi there, I'm Aaron, and welcome to the Crimson Cult. We're doing something very special here tonight, and it's late at night, but I just thought it up, and I thought, what the heck, I'm going to do this now, and hopefully I like it. So, on my regular YouTube channel, I'll do something called Reviewed and Ranked. You've hopefully seen a few of those. I usually do them on every Tuesday. I'll review a series of films, and then I'll rank them. And as you also know, here on the Crimson Cult channel, we're going to be doing a whole series of videos basically on verses. So we're going to be putting companies up against other companies, directors up against other directors, who's better, which one do I think is better, and so we're putting our peanut butter with our chocolate tonight, and we are doing a first three reviewed and ranked verses. So how does that work? What is it exactly? What does that mean? It's pretty simple. So I've taken three companies that I have their first three releases. Their first three, and they're numbered. All three of them are numbered releases. And I'll be reviewing the top three, their three releases, the numerical numbers, 1, 2, and 3. I'll be ranking them. Then I'll be putting each one of them up against the other one, and we'll come out in the end with a victor. So, without any further ado, it's a triangular corner for this ring. So we have the 88 Films Slasher Classics Collection, the first three, on Blu-ray. The Vestron Video Collector Series, and the Mvd Rewind Collection. So I'm going to be looking at each of those. We're going to start with the Slasher Classics Collection. I'm going to go over their first three titles. I'm going to give a quick review, and then I'm going to rank them in the order that I actually like the titles. I'll be looking into the film, the features that are on the film, etc. But I'll be doing it in a very concise, hopefully free flow, easy manner. So the first title that was put out by 88 Films in their Slasher Classics Collection banner under Blu-ray was this one right here, Graduation Day. So Graduation Day is actually a really, really fun slasher film. It has a lot of really cool actors in it. You get like an early role from like Linnea Quigley, early role from Vanna White, by the way, from Wheel of Fortune, is also in this one here. But it's really the Patch McKenzie. She stands out as a very different, atypical final girl. Not at all what you'd expect. She's not the virginal girl. She's not the innocent. She's different, and it works. This is a bit of an insane film, and the ending it's all kinds of crazy. But it is one of those, for the longest time, unheralded slashers that I think did a really good job. And this is a strong, solid start for a line that's called Slasher Classics Collection. Not only that, but there is a full-length feature documentary on here called Scream Queens, Horror Heroines Exposed. And you may have seen that recently on the box set that came out from Scream Factory, the Friday 13th one. Well, years before it was there, it was right here, bringing the inaugural Slasher Classics Collection, number 1, Graduation Day. Excellent film. All right, let's see what number 2 is. So number 2 is a trauma release, but not your typical trauma release. It's not as insanely offensive as most trauma releases will go to their way to be. Not in the weird way that you would normally see, like a Toxic Avenger, or Class Nukem High, or anything like that. But still, it is definitely an out there film. And it is Mother's Day. Now, Mother's Day is actually directed by, I think, Lloyd Kaufman's brother. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's let me make sure. It's Charles Kaufman. And the dude's got some chops, directing chops, that's for sure. The girl playing the mother creeps the hell out of me. I don't know. There's something about this film. It's got this kind of quality to it that I'm not going to say it is the greatest put together film, but it scares the hell out of me for some reason. And although, like many people have said over the years, you know what? I saw that ending coming a mile away. I didn't. Not at all. And so when the ending goes the way that it goes, I was like, why didn't I see that coming? But yeah, and see this cover here? That is always, and still this very day, even when I look at it right now, creeps the hell out of me. There you go. And number 3 is the James Bryan classic, Don't Go in the Woods Alone. So James Bryan is not known for being the most well-renowned filmmaker. Now, though, if you were to look at the Nightmare USA book that was put out by Stephen Thrower, which, by the way, is a must-read if you are a fan of underground or just slasher genre exploitation cinema, I highly recommend it. He talks and goes into like many pages on director James Bryan. This is one of the many films that he made, and it's probably one of the most infamous ones. It's insane. There are some sequences in the film where you are kind of wondering if either this guy's a complete hack or an utter genius that really hasn't been totally explored and discovered yet. In all honesty, it's a bit of both. This is an insane film. For some reason, this movie, which should not be entertaining, which should not work, it does, despite like everything that comes in going against it. The film works. The film is fun. The film is cheesy. The film is interesting. I don't think you're gonna watch Don't Go in the Woods Alone and be bored. I really don't. And if you are, well, maybe the genre is not for you. But yeah, I did enjoy this one here. Some great features on here, including restoration of this was a 2K restoration. It was overseen by director James Bryan himself. So here we go. I gotta rate these 3 from 3 to 1. So let's do that. Actually, it's not a hard one for me this time around, and it's going to surprise you, I think. So number 3 spot. Now remember, all these films are films that I like. It's just something's got to be 3, something's got to be 2, and something has to be number 1. And the number 3 spot is Mother's Day. I love this movie. It scares the hell out of me. I think it's extremely well done. But in second place, for entertainment value alone, Don't Go in the Woods Alone. Definitely gets the second spot for me. I just really have fun with this film. I've watched this several times, and the first time I saw this, I was baffled. I used to make this joke that nothing's more dangerous to a killer than a pointy stick. That's the ultimate kryptonite of any killer. So there you go. And well, I guess number 1's got to be number 1. They came out swinging right out of the park, like hitting it out of the park. There we go. I'll get that right one of these days. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning here. Graduation Day deserves the number 1 position, and the film, the features, this is really good. If you don't own it, you should. I think Vinegar Syndrome put it out in North America. If you're in the UK, you get it with this here sexy red case. And if you never got the Friday the 13th set, well, maybe you should get it to get this documentary as well. A lot of features on here. So there you go. That's one of them. But see, these aren't all good. These are going to be some eclectic films. So reviewing and ranking and then versing them against one another, that's going to be different. Let's speed up so we get to the versus part. I know that's what you're looking for. I know that's what you're waiting for. So let's go to Vestron Video, the Collector Series. For a while, this looked like it was DOA in the water, but it made a comeback, and I hope to see a lot more coming from Vestron in the future, and hope to be able to find it around here because you can't so much all the time. So first is Chopping Mall. Now, for those that know my channel and know me well, they know my story behind Chopping Mall, and that there was a time back in the early VHS days, in the VHS days, though, that I was looking into buying the rights to this film, because I at one point had thought about starting my own label, a genre type of label. And this was before genre type labels were a thing. I think there was like probably Stars or something like that around at the time. No, it's just pre-Anchor Bay. But yeah, Chopping Mall is a really fun film. I love this movie, and it has a great cast. We got like Tony O'Dell in this one from what's it called? Head of the Class, right? We have oh god, let me get the names down here, because Jim Wynorski did this one, and it really shows too. Kelly Maroney, who's been in a lot of amazing, incredible films. There's everybody in this movie's good. Like everybody like stands out. Everybody is amazing. I think John Treleski's in this. Is it Barbara Crampton? I mean, no, is it? What's the name I'm looking for? I'm gonna look it up because it's late and I'm not going to rely on my mind too much right now. And I'm keeping my mind part for the other portion of it. So we got Kelly Maroney, Tony O'Dell, Russell Todd from Friday 13th Part 2, by the way. It is Barbara Crampton. Aha, I was right. I take pride in that. And in the fact that I knew Barbara Crampton, but I didn't remember. I knew John Treleski, but I didn't remember Barbara Crampton. I should be ashamed of myself. And of course, we have a cameo appearances in here by some incredible actors, including Paul Bartel, Mary Warnoff, Dick Miller, and Jared Graham. So, yeah, gotta love that. And there's an actor in there that you might know by the name of Angus Scrimm. He's a pretty tall man. We'll leave it at that. All right. So this is an incredible film. There are some great features on here, including some audio commentaries. I'm always down with audio commentaries. Love that type of stuff. There's some archival featurettes. Audio commentary is the key one for this one, though. Next up is Blood Diner. Now, Blood Diner is, I guess, kind of an unofficial sequel, sort of, to Blood Feast, which is a Herschel Gordon Lewis film from back in the day. Now, I was not too familiar with Blood Diner. This was actually around my birthday, a bunch of these Vestron video titles went on sale on Amazon, like really like low sale, like under $20 each type of thing. And my better half bought me a bunch of them. And the cheapest one at the time was this one right here, Blood Diner. And I was iffy. So I finally got to watch it. It's directed by Jackie Kong. And it is okay. There's an insaneness about it. I think this is one of those movies that I'm probably going to enjoy more down the road and with friends around, maybe some drinks, that type of thing. But I'll honestly, this did not stand out. But there you go. Number 2, Blood Diner. It's okay. It's passable. And number 3 is the incredible double feature of Waxworks and Waxworks 2. I love both of these. Not just one of them, not just the first one. I do love both of these films, and I think they're both incredible films. I think that Waxworks 2 could have been a whole series of like direct-to-DVD, like a film franchise. Could have been a direct-to-DVD film franchise, or they could have put it on, remember in UPN, that channel back in the day? Could have been on part of the UPN Action Pack, doing like a kind of almost a chase movie through time and through dimensions. I would have loved that, actually. I really love these films. There's actually some neat features on here. Audio commentaries for both the films, which, you know, I'm always down with audio commentaries. Great actors in all these here. Just look them up. I'm not going to go on IMDb or even go too deep into it. But I have to say, like, they changed the main lead from the first movie to the second one, because I know it's Monica Schneider in the second one. But now the main actor, Zach Galligan, he's in both the films. But I'm pretty sure it's Monica Schneider for the second one, because I know, like, I don't have the look for the first one. That's Deborah Foreman. I'm a huge fan of Deborah Foreman's. She's one of those girls that's just amazing in pretty much everything she does. She can make you fall in love with her just like that on the screen. So this one, you're gonna know what's number 3 here. But are you gonna know what's number 1? Do you know? Before I say it, Place your bets. So everybody's going to get this one. Number 3 is Blood Diner. I thought it was okay. It wasn't that great. It was nice to have something that was different, that was kind of like out there, that kind of got rescued. Number 2 is Chopping Mall. Love this film. Love everything about this film. It's a great film with an amazing cast. But this is 2 great films with 2 amazing casts. And I've watched these over and over again. I love Chopping Mall. I watched it a few times. But I've watched Waxworks I don't know how many times. This is a personal favorite of mine. And if I'm in a bit of a funk sometimes, I do tend to put this on. So, there you go. That's 2. And now a company that's not just horror, that does very different things with the label. So why put it in there? Why do it? Well, to do a really good kind of litmus test type of thing, you don't put too many samey things up against one another. I do like to have that little element in there, that little kind of, brand X. So, Mvd Rewind, their first 3. So what were they? Do you have their first 3? Well, the first one is an amazing film. But even more so, there's a documentary about this film. That's incredible. So this is, and before I show this to you, you should probably know that I am a huge fan of this music style as well, and I kind of grew up in this with this era. So not surprising to know that I listen to this stuff. It is DOA, and this is a rite of passage. So DOA is a documentary about the punk scene, and specifically it is about when the Sex Pistols came over to the U.S. in 1978. So we all know the tragedy of what happened with Sid and Nancy. If you don't, recommend that you watch that fantastic Sid and Nancy film, but also it's something to look up on, because it is one of those tragedies of music that happens. Anyway, so this is it's not just about them. It's about the punk scene, the bands around them. So you want to see like Generation X, Billy Idol's original band. You want to see like Dead Boys. There's so many good bands on here worth checking out. This is the Mvd Rewind Collection. Now, every one of these has kind of a mini poster in them. I'll take the one out for this one here. We'll do it for every one of them. So, as you can see, it has the it's here. This one has a booklet with it. It has this white kind of like punk style interior. And it has the poster right here, but most of them are just posters with one side, but the very first one, they had a double-sided poster. So you get your extra Johnny Rotten stuff there. I love this film. I really do. I'm a huge documentary fan. I will always go to my way to look for unique and different documentaries. There's a really good one coming up from, I gotta watch it actually. It's really good, but it's one that I'm looking forward to checking out. Original Stick from Umbrella Entertainment. I'll keep you updated on that one, by the way. But I want to be reviewing more documentaries on my channel. So we'll look into that as well. If you're interested, let me know. Excellent film. So what's the follow-up? What's the perfect follow-up to a punk rock documentary? What possibly could follow it up? Well, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And that may not at first seem like, well, that's extreme. That's a huge leap. That's a different change. But I don't know. Can you get more punk and kind of in your face than Attack of the Killer Tomatoes as just one of those insanely kind of like Z-grade, fun, silly films with it's nuts. And this uses music. It utilizes music, actually bad music. Well, not bad music, I guess. The person who made the song probably loved it. Yeah, so if you've never seen this, and there's actually a good sequel to this one as well. But there's a few sequels, but the follow-up is really good. But Tactical Tomatoes is a really fun film. I really enjoyed it. So there you go, second one. And number 3 is really out of left field, guys, because number 3 is an action film. But not just an action film. It's an action film which has Jean-Claude Van Damme in a smaller role. Although he's prominently shown on the poster, this is definitely a Sho Kosugi film. Sho Kosugi is the guy that would kind of popularize in the 80s the ninja franchise of films. Return the Ninja, Recon Revenge of the Ninja, Ninja 3 The Domination, Enter the Ninja, all that type of stuff. So he did all that. He did a bunch of ninja films, a bunch of martial arts stuff. This is an okay film. This is pretty good. It's not his best work. It's not Jean-Claude Van Damme's best work, but definitely a fun, passable action film that they put on one night. But people go into this, they see Jean-Claude Van Damme right on the front, and they expect a lot of him in it. And when they get there, they're disappointed immediately. But I don't think they should be. So let's put them in order. So number 3 is number 3, Black Eagle. Number 2, it really is number 2, Attack Killer Tomatoes. And number 1 is an amazing, incredible film that I think should be in everybody's collection, DOA, A Rite of Passage. See, not only is there a documentary about the 1978 kind of like run in punk music, but there's a documentary about the making of this freaking documentary and how insane it was to get it made. That's incredible. So that's the reviewed and ranked part, right? Well, sort of, because now we get to the next step, which is the verses. So how do we do that? Well, 1 against 1, 2 against 2, and 3 against 3. Not how I reviewed and ranked them, how they initially came out, how strong of an outing that each of these companies have. Well, I did give you kind of mini reviews for each of these films. So, but I'm going to have to rank these in the strength of how I think they came out. Slasher Classics Collection came out with Graduation Day. Graduation Day is the 1981 classic slasher film that goes, although it has many of the tropes of the slasher film, it also throws out some of the tropes of a slasher film. It does its own thing. It's a really good film. It's farther bolstered by the Scream Queens Horror Heroines Exposed documentary. So you're getting an excellent film and a really cool documentary on here with a list of other features as well. Vestron started us off with Chopping Mall, a film that a lot of people wanted to get, like really wanted to get on Blu-ray for like a long period of time. People looked for this, an 8-pack of this. Me, I looked for an 8-pack because, well, there's a lot of movies in an 8-pack, but I wanted it mostly for movies like Chopping Mall. And Vestron delivered on that. With, again, I think not 1, not 2, but like 3 audio commentaries. And then Mvd Rewind decided to start their label off with an incredible, hard to find, just under talked about documentary on punk music, and include on it a documentary, a feature-length documentary on that documentary about the film, DOA, Rite of Passage. So how do we rank these? It gets harder because these are 3 films that are solid starts for any company. So I could start a company with any of these, and it makes it really, really hard because all 3 of these are amazing. But in third spot, so in the third place, Vestron Video with Chopping Mall. But remember, we got 3 to do. In second place, and this was hard because I actually think that the second place film might actually be a stronger start than the first place film. but I'll explain why I have to choose what I'm choosing. In second place is DOA, A Rite of Passage. This is probably one of the best films out of the lot that I'm going to show here. But why is it in second place? Well, it's actually very easy. Because if you're starting a line called the Slasher Classics Collection with a blood red case, you start it with a film like 1981's Graduation Day. You put a Scream Queen, horror heroine documentary on there with a bunch of other features. Everybody knows exactly what your label is, what it's about, and what to expect. Now, that only works for the first one. From here on out, it's going to be based on which film I think is the best fit. So, let's go to number 2s. So in the number 2, we have Mother's Day, Blood Diner, and Attack the Killer Tomatoes. Third place is really easy. You know what it's going to be. It's my least favorite film out of this whole thing. It's Blood Diner. So we can pretty much say Vestron's probably out of contention for the first place spot. But when it comes to like the second film, then it's between the Z-grade classic, Attack the Killer Tomatoes, and Troma's classic slasher film, Mother's Day. And I love Attack the Killer Tomatoes. There's amazing features on Attack the Killer Tomatoes. Probably better features than there are on Mother's Day. They're definitely better features than our Mother's Day. But you know what? Yeah, I'm iffy. Do I want to put this as a tie? I can't do that. It's cheating. I don't want to give it a tie. So here we go. Let's put... We're going to do it. We're going to put Mother's Day in second place. And we're going to give first place to Attack Killer Tomatoes. I just love the film. I had to. And Mother's Day is a really good film, a classic film. Or maybe I did it partially. Because I knew exactly how the third films were going to end up. We've got Black Eagle. We've got Don't Go in the Woods Alone, James Bryan classic. We got Waxworks and Waxworks 2, Lost in Time. So number 3, you know it's going to be Black Eagle. There you go. So, Don't Go in the Woods Alone, or Waxworks and Waxworks 2. Well, this is number 2, which makes this number 1. Now, if you think that I'm gonna do this as a 3-way tie, then no, we're not gonna go that way. I'm not gonna do it that way. But these were the 3 number 1s from 3 different companies, right? Not number 1 in the numbering, but the number 1 choices for me. So let's review and rank the 9 of the films, and then we'll see which one has the most that are on top. So in last place is going to go Blood Diner. So that's number 9. In 8th place, we will put Black Eagle. In 7th place, this is hard. In 7th place, we're going to put Mother's Day. In 6th place, Tactical Tomatoes. In 5th place, Shopping Mall. This is a hard one. This is going to be a very contentious list, by the way. In 4th place, Don't Go in the Woods Alone. In 3rd place, Graduation Day. In 2nd place, Waxworks and Waxworks 2. If you're wondering why they're in different order now than they were when I was reviewing them one against another, because I had specific criteria for those, and I explained to you along the way. And in 1st place, DOA, or Rite of Passage. So MVD has the first one in 1st place, but let's just see something. So we got an MVD with the number 1. We got a Vestron video as with the number 2. Number 3 and 4 is 88 Film Slasher Collection. Number 5, well, it's chopping mall. So did we kind of figure out? Well, I guess even though Mvd Rewind gets the the number 1 film out of all these 9 films, just as the quality of the film, in my opinion, of the top 4 films out of all these 9 films, the Slasher Classics Collection had 2 of their 3 films make the top 4. So, Slasher Classics Collection, what a start. There you go, guys. A very special Crimson Cult exclusive, reviewed and ranked versus. I am Aaron. I hope you really enjoyed this. I've enjoyed making this video. I hope it's something different and unique. And please let me know if you want to see more videos like this, because honestly, I enjoy doing these type of videos because it opens up a bit of discussion. Everybody's got their own opinion. There's going to be people that vehemently disagree with me on some of these films, and that's okay. That's the fun of it. That's everybody's got their own ranking list, and I want to know yours. So don't just watch this video. Take the time, if you can, make a comment down below. Let me know, how I got it wrong and what you think the ranking should be. Which company do you think, what those top 3 should be the company that's on top? Maybe you think it's different than mine. Maybe yours is very different. Let me know your ranking for all 9 films. Let me know your ranking for the best, for the company that you think came swinging at the gate with the best first 3 titles. I'm Aaron. This has been the Crimson Cult. And I'll see you here again soon next time. And guys, lots more to come. I promise. So thank you so much for being a patron. Thank you for being a member of the Crimson Cult. There is going to be merchandising coming up, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. But my focus is always to hopefully make some really fun, unique, different, challenging videos for you guys. Talk to you soon.